Welcome back, explorers. You guys know the drill. We're diving deep. And today, we're taking on a list that, well, it's practically American travel royalty.
Oh, yeah. The big hitters, the ones that everyone's heard of, we're talking about the 10 most popular attractions in the United States.
Exactly. We're not just skimming the surface here. We've got an article from 10 Most today, published back in, get this, August 2013.
A whole decade ago. Wild to think how much has changed.
Right. So we're going to unpack this list, see what stood the test of time, what's maybe shifted, and really dig into what makes these places so enduringly popular.
What makes them tick? Why do they draw people in? I'm excited to break it down.
Okay, so number one, the top spot. Drum roll, please.
Oh, this one's iconic.
It's Times Square, New York City. If you've ever been there, you know it's like sensory overload in the best way possible.
Absolutely. The article talks about it being this junction of Broadway and 7th Avenue stretching from 42nd to 47th.
That's it, that little patch of Manhattan that's
Yeah.
become this global symbol.
What gets me is that clash of lights, all the giant video screens, the LEDs. It's something else, especially at night.
Yeah, the energy is totally different after dark. It goes into overdrive. And you've got the classic New Year's Eve ball drop.
Broadcast worldwide, that image of Times Square is just ingrained in our minds.
It's true. Makes you wonder, what is it about that kind of intensity that draws people in?
Maybe it's a reflection of our world. Everything's moving so fast, so much information. Times Square just throws it all right back at you.
I like that. Maybe it's a way to tap into that pace, be part of it.
Could be.
Okay, shifting gears completely now. Number 2 on the list takes us to a different kind of spectacle, but spectacle nonetheless.
Oh, I think I know where we're going.
It's the Las Vegas Strip, that 4.2-mile stretch of Las Vegas Boulevard South.
They call it a scenic route at night, which, yeah, in a way it is.
It's its own kind of scenic. All those casinos, those massive hotels, the lights, the energy.
And the article points this out. 15 of the world's 25 biggest hotels, by room count, are right there on the Strip.
15. That's insane.
Over 62,000 rooms in total. It's mind-blowing.
It makes you wonder, is it the sheer volume of accommodation that drives its popularity? Or is it the allure of everything else the Strip offers, the gambling, the shows, the whole experience?
I think it's the whole package. It's like this fantasy land built for adults.
Yes.
You go there to escape, indulge, experience something larger than life.
It's definitely over the top, but people love it. All right, number 3 on the list brings us to a more reflective, historically significant spot.
Let me guess, we're heading to the nation's capital.
You got it. The National Mall and Memorial Parks in Washington, D.C. This is a huge expanse, 1,000 acres.
Filled with some of the most iconic monuments in the country.
The Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial, Jefferson Memorial, and then you got the Korean and Vietnam War Veterans Memorials.
It's a powerful place, steeped in history and remembrance.
And don't forget the Smithsonian Museums, 19 of them, all bordering the mall.
It's incredible. You could spend days there and still not see everything.
I've been multiple times and still feel like I've barely scratched the surface. It's not just about seeing the monuments, it's the feeling you get being there.
It's a space that encourages reflection, a sense of shared history, and national identity.
It really makes you think about what a popular attraction can be. It doesn't have to be flashy or thrilling.
Yeah.
It can be a place for contemplation, a connection to the past.
And the National Mall does that beautifully.
All right, number 4 on the list takes us to Boston, to a place that's been a gathering spot for centuries, Faneuil Hall Marketplace.
This one has serious historical roots. A marketplace and meeting hall since 1742.
That's before the country was even founded.
Exactly. And the article highlights its role in the lead-up to the American Revolution. This was where people like Samuel Adams and James Otis delivered those fiery speeches that helped ignite the fight for independence.
Imagine being in that hall, hearing those words. It gives me chills just thinking about it.
Right. Today, it's part of the Boston National Historical Park and a stop on the Freedom Trail, so that historical significance is still a huge draw.
It's a tangible link to those pivotal moments in American history.
What's interesting to me is how it's evolved from this vital commercial and political hub to a modern-day tourist attraction.
Yeah, it's still a gathering place, just in a different way.
It speaks to how places with strong historical narratives can retain their appeal across generations.
All right, from revolutionary history, we jump into the world of imagination. Number 5 on our list brings us to the Magic Kingdom in Florida.
Disney World, the OG of the theme park experience.
Exactly. Located in Bay Lake, this was the first of the Walt Disney World resort parks. And in 2011 alone, It drew a staggering 17 million visitors,
17 million, that's incredible.
making it the most visited theme park in the world that year.
It speaks to the global appeal of Disney and those classic fairy tales. It's not just rides, it's a whole immersive world that people connect with on a deep level.
It's nostalgia for adults, pure wonder for kids. What do you think keeps people coming back year after year?
I think it's the escapism, the sense of shared family experience, and the timeless appeal of those stories. Disney taps into something universal.
I think you're right. And coming in right behind it at number 6 is its West Coast counterpart, Disneyland Park in Anaheim, California.
The original, the one that started it all back in 1955.
With nearly 15 million visitors in 2007, it's clear that the original Disney magic still holds a special place in people's hearts.
It's got those iconic rides too, Space Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean. They're more than just rides, they're cultural touchstones for so many.
It's amazing how both Disney parks consistently rank so high. It shows how deeply embedded Disney is in American culture. And it makes you think, in a world with ever-evolving technology and entertainment options, why are these classic theme parks still so beloved?
They've managed to adapt and stay relevant while retaining that core sense of wonder and fantasy. They're like multi-generational destinations filled with memories and traditions.
Okay, let's move from the meticulously crafted world of Disney to the raw beauty of the outdoors. Number 7 on our list takes us to the Golden Gate National Recreation Area in San Francisco.
This is one of my favorites. It's over 80,000 acres, protecting all sorts of landscapes around the San Francisco Bay.
And it's incredibly popular, over 13 million visitors annually.
What blows my mind is that it's one of the largest urban parks in the world. It's 2.5 times bigger than the city of San Francisco itself.
2.5 times.
Mhm.
That's insane. And it's not just about the Golden Gate Bridge, although that's obviously a huge draw.
You've got beaches, trails, historical sites, all right there within a major metropolitan area. It shows how much people crave that connection with nature, even in urban environments.
It's about finding that balance between the man-made and the natural world.
And the Golden Gate National Recreation Area does a beautiful job of showcasing that.
Okay, on to number 8, a natural wonder that straddles the U.S.-Canada border, Niagara Falls.
Oh, now this is a classic.
The article actually points out that it's not just one waterfall, but 3.
Horseshoe Falls, American Falls, and Bridal Veil Falls, listed from largest to smallest.
I actually didn't know that until reading this article.
Yeah, it's fascinating. And it's been a major tourist destination for centuries, drawing people in year-round.
That sheer power, that volume of water, it's just awe-inspiring.
I think grand natural spectacles like this have this primal appeal. They remind us of the immense forces at play in the world and connect us to something much bigger than ourselves.
It's a humbling experience for sure. All right, moving on to number 9. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park, spanning across Tennessee and North Carolina.
This one holds the title of America's most visited national park. And with over 800 miles of trails, it's no surprise why.
9 million visitors annually, exploring those ancient mountains, immersing themselves in nature. It's a testament to the importance of preserving these spaces.
And the biodiversity in the Great Smoky Mountains is incredible. It's a truly special place.
It really makes you think about the balance between accessibility and conservation. How do we make these places available to people while also protecting them?
It's a crucial question, and one that parks like the Great Smoky Mountains are constantly grappling with.
Okay, last but not least, rounding out our top 10, we have Navy Pier in Chicago.
This one stands out a bit from the others on the list. It's a 3,300-foot pier jutting out into Lake Michigan.
And it's got a really interesting history. Built in 1916, it was originally a cargo facility and a docking point for passenger ships. It even had its own tram system back then.
That original industrial purpose really ties it to the history of the Great Lakes region. And its transformation into Chicago's top tourist attraction with all its entertainment and activities shows how urban spaces can evolve while still retaining that connection to the past.
It's a great example of adaptive reuse, taking something functional and turning it into a vibrant public space. So looking at this entire list, it's amazing how diverse it is. We've got everything from bustling urban centers to natural wonders to historical landmarks. What does it even mean for a place to be popular in the U.S.?
Right. Some of these places draw people with their sheer spectacle, the lights, the energy, the over-the-top experiences.
Others offer a chance for reflection, connection to nature, or a glimpse into history.
And it's interesting to consider those numbers again, over 62,000 hotel rooms on the Vegas Strip alone, or the fact that 17 million people visited Magic Kingdom in a single year. It gives you a sense of the scale and impact of these places.
It really does. So here's a final thought for you listeners. As you think about this list, what does popular truly mean to you when it comes to travel and experiencing a place?
Is it about the crowds, the hype, the sheer number of visitors, or is there something deeper at play?
Does it have to do with the cultural impact of a place, its historical significance, or even the personal connection you feel when you're there?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. What resonates with you most from this list? Maybe this deep dive has sparked your curiosity to explore one of these iconic American attractions for yourself.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Happy travels!